We actually started off not knowing what we would be doing. We just were a bunch of people with a bunch of skills and a bunch of materials, and we got the task to do something, try something, to create something and see what happens. And this is actually what happened, what you can see here behind us.
The key is that you have, first of all, the interdisciplinary teams, so you have really different inputs. Second of all, you have experts and coaches, so you get feedback. And the third thing is that it's all about making, so you really have to do stuff, and that's something what's not happening in big companies sometimes, that actually somebody who has an idea can grab some material and just start doing stuff. And if you put that, let's say, in a washing machine and you do it in a, let's say, agile process, and you do it over and over again, getting feedback making, ideation as well, then you get really functional prototypes.
Actually, on the Makeathon, our initial idea was to give the foam some kind of inner structure, to print something inside. In this case, it's a resin. And by injecting this material into the foam, we can change the foam's properties. For example, you can create kinetic effects. In this cube, for example, we have a structure injected, and so if you push it into this direction, it will bend. If you push it into this one, nothing will happen. So you can change the property of the material. And here you see some kind of a first idea how an application could work. We have some kind of cloudy structure with all this injected material. And if a person would sit down on this foam cube, it would be compressed, and you could see this chair-like sitting supporting structure. So basically we did experiments how to change the foam's properties by injecting 3D structures.
So this is an example which came out of the Makeathon. It's kind of in between, I would also say, architecture and design, because on one hand it's kind of a temporary housing, so it's called Insta-texture, and it's a temporary housing which is self-assembling after natural disasters, for instance. So what this thing does, it's folded, and it's self-assembling. So there's a foam inside, there's a liquid inside, and if you press the button, let's call it like that, it will self-assemble in this kind of stage, or this kind of, So you can use it as a single unit, or you can also attach it to other ones. You can build, because it's modular, you can build different kind of constellations, and so you get this kind of social context as well. So this is a product which is, let's say, for emergency use in our world, yeah.
Well, for us it's interesting to work with materials without knowing much about the stuff we use, and to rethink the whole system and come up with crazy ideas maybe in the beginning, like printing a skeleton into a foam. But then we like to explore the material and use, for example, the industrial arm that we had at this Makeathon, and to come up with ideas, also in a group that is kind of mixed, because Adam is an architect and we are designers, and for me it was also fascinating to get in touch with other disciplines.
It's a great feeling to have them actually live here, and I'm really proud that the students had such an energy, and they really got new Covestro fans whilst developing their exhibits, and they generated a great energy. And I think you see that in all those different projects, starting from raw material or very technological based one, finalizing in a idea how Covestro could communicate better to designers. So it's a really broad variety, and it's colorful.